And we are back. Don't mind my my little whatever that was. We're back to Double A Sports. The last ride. We're a little bit behind schedule here, but we're gonna speed things up just a little bit. What are you doing?
That was a mic check just to make sure we
Bro,
were
this is
live.
my show now. You interrupting, man. It's my show. It's my show. I look good right now. Anyways, you know why I'm here. Whoa. Who you pushing, Big Man? You go, yeah, you go over there, Big Man. Anyways, you know why I'm here. You know what I have to talk about. Am I heartbroken? Just a little bit. You done? I'm heartbroken. Just a little bit. Am I happy for Kyrie? Yeah, I am. Josiah? Do I like that man? Nah. Cause you know what? Me and my friend, we was having a little bit of beef, you know what I'm saying? Little Twitter fingers over the iMessage. And he was like, well, you gotta listen, you just screwed over the Nets. This, that, and the third. It's not fair to the organization. How you just left Katie. Listen, you can't be mad at Kyrie, because look at it this way, right? He gave y'all his all. He had to deal with his problems. He had with COVID, with the whole BLM situation, you know what I'm saying, and the pandemic. And then he didn't want to take the vaccination, but he still gave back to the African American community, right? He didn't want to play. That's his decision. Many other athletes that were in the NBA or in athletes in general didn't take the vaccine. AVC could say there was a lot of athletes that did not take the vaccination.
There were quite a lot.
There were quite a lot. And then they're like, oh, Kyrie didn't want to play games. He didn't want to do this, he didn't want to do that. When he posted what he posted on Instagram, right? You have to look at it from both aspects. He believes how he thinks. He didn't sit there and say to the Jewish or the Hebrew community, listen, I don't mess with y'all. I don't bend with y'all. He literally just said, I like the way of his viewpoints. He didn't support the anti-Semitism comments. He supported the way things were looked at in a certain aspect. So the fact that Joe Tsai can go out there, throw his player under the bus. I mean, granted, you can't really defend, and that's a certain situation. I can understand where Joe Tsai, it's the way he went about it. He didn't really say, necessarily like, okay, all right, I don't. He didn't say I didn't stand with Kyrie. He more said, "Oh, Kyrie's that's not how we sit there and do basketball operations for organization." From a PR aspect, I can understand why he didn't do that. So I get that. I'm sorry, ABC. I'm having you in this little corner. You're not really saying anything.
My friend, it is your show, from what
So
I've been told. So you go off, my guy.
so what you should have said, Josiah, period, point and blank, is look, Kyrie is an outstanding athlete. Maybe he should have went around things in a certain aspect that doesn't affect the community and doesn't put him up as a bad person. Because at the end of the day, Kyrie didn't do anything wrong, but it's a tough topic. But the fact that you could throw him under the bus and then sit there and say like, oh yeah, he's still gonna play and make him pay $500K, deuces, I'm going. How do you feel about this situation, ABC?
It's complicated. Kyrie in and of himself is an enigma.
Oh, he's more than an enigma. He's Jesus.
Though he is also a very easy scapegoat for a lot of different things. He says a lot of things that people don't necessarily agree with, whether it's him believing the earth is flat or many of his different views. Not saying I honestly have an issue. He always speaks his mind. He really does. And I really do respect him for being a principled person. I may not agree with all of his principles, but he sticks by his principles. I have to respect Kyrie for that. He is a guy who is not afraid to say what he thinks, and he takes the consequences. And he's willing. He's always been willing to take them.
He don't care about the money. That's one thing else.
But at the end of the day, this is just a situation where it's tough, right? Because ever since about year 2 Kyrie era in Brooklyn, you got the feeling that it wasn't going to last long.
I wouldn't say that because look,
or it felt rocky.
It felt rocky a little bit, but then again, you have to realize we got the little fruition and a little like, oh my God, we have a chance because James Harden came into the picture. So it's like that aspect, yes, I do get. But year 1, when he dropped 50 at the Barclays Center that opening night, we thought it was over. We thought when Katie comes back, it's going to be game time. But then again, you are right to that certain aspect. After year 2, the whole little James Harden thing erupted, and then James Harden put on his fat suit. He wanted to bounce, and it was like sayonara. We got
honestly, I blame more of this situation on Joe Tsai and the Nets than I do Kyrie. Kyrie left what has become an incredibly toxic situation.
Dumpster fire.
Has he been contributing to it? Yes. Is he the sole purpose for it? Absolutely not. This is an ownership group that was so desperate to do anything
to get Kevin Durant
that they undermined Sean Marks and what he had been doing. And they created possibly the quickest rise and fall of a super team I've ever seen.
UST, caps and exclamation points.
They were championship contenders before the James Harden trade. When they got KD, Kyrie, they had guys like Karis LeVert. They had guys Spencer. They had guy who's now back. They had Jared Allen. How great would Jared Allen be on that team now? You would have never needed Ben Simmons or anybody else.
You know how I felt about that. I was very upset.
I mean, it's such an interesting thing, and it will be dissected by analysts for years. To me, I think the biggest lesson from all of this for NBA teams is you can't put all of your eggs in one basket.
No.
This organization tried too hard to appease Kevin Durant. This organization became the Kevin Durant organization. They did what the Cavs did with LeBron in his second go-around. The difference is, and as much as we clown on LeBron, he is a different personality type than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a guy who he wants to just do his game.
He's nonchalant. He don't care. As long as he's getting buckets, he does not care.
He is his own guy. He wants to do his role, and he's not going to be the guy who orchestrates everything. That's just not his role. No. Kyrie was honestly the de facto leader on that team. It wasn't Durant. LeBron can get away with that because LeBron is that alpha personality type who will take over the organization.
How do you feel about him being on the Mavs? Like, do you hear what the Mavs said?
Okay, so let's talk about. Do you want to stick with the Nets for now, or do you want to move into the Mavs?
I'm done with Brooklyn because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was upset at first, but let me speak on this.
Yes, go ahead.
That boy number 24 is a bad man.
Cam Thomas.
That man is a bad man.
It's another example of Sean Marks finding good talent. It really is. This is
47 points and 41 nights.
He's a stud.
The night before. That boy is a problem.
It really, we look at the Mavs trade. By the way, let me ask you this as a Nets fan. Do you think this was the right deal to take as the Nets? Or should they have taken the Lakers or Suns offers?
No, I didn't want neither of those offers.
Okay.
I wanted the Clippers.
You wanted the Clippers offer.
You know what I wanted?
You wanted John Wall.
Oh, you damn right I did. Excuse my French.
You wanted John Wall.
I wanted Jonathan. Because Jonathan, he may be a little busted up, but Jonathan will still get you some buckets and he can still make the ball. I'm not saying Spencer get them when he can't do the same thing, but John Wall and that team is perfect for him because they all run 5 outs. They all like to shoot. So John could just kick and pass. And then if he needs to get his inside buckets, he can do it so. And he can get rebounds and he can play some pretty good defense.
That would have worked with Russ too. I don't know if Russ is at this point in his career willing, but I think it could have worked similarly. They've always been similar types of point guards.
I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty much the same, but I find John Wall to be a little bit more efficient.
I think he is. Yeah.
I know he is. He's a little bit more efficient. So
it seems seems like the internet kind of stopped the Nets to Lakers trade.
No, did you hear what actually happened?
Was it the Austin Reeves thing?
The Austin Reeves thing too, and then the Mavs raked up the price for Kyrie, and the Lakers backed out.
Interesting.
The Lakers would have took him because LeBron wanted him, but they raked up too much money.
I don't get the Lakers. They on one hand want to go all in, but on the other hand, they back out of any chance to do anything. It's really weird.
I'll put it this way: they are 13th.
Yeah.
And then, did you hear what the Mavs front office said about Kyrie?
Enlighten me.
He's our rental.
The Mavs are calling Kyrie a rental.
At the end of the season, they don't plan to re-sign him. He's our rental.
Interesting. So, if that is the case, that changes a lot of how I feel about this trade.
I don't like it, but I do and I don't because, the Mavs are in a great spot right now. They're obviously playoff contenders, but this changes the playoff picture and the championship picture in a whole new perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's where do I really stand? I don't know because people like Kyrie and Luka's not going to work. But at the same time, people said Kyrie and KD weren't going to work because Luka's dropping 40 plus a game. But who's going to be there on that team before Kyrie got there to drop 20 plus? Spencer Dinwiddie could do, but not every night. Kyrie's efficient.
Here's the thing with the Kyrie Luka fit. They play very similar games, so that's the knock, is that they may not be able to cooperate great on the court together. I think Kyrie will be willing to play a little bit more of a catch and shoot role with Luka.
He already did this thing on the Nets. People don't realize
He's done it before. He has. He did it when Harden was there. He did it in Cleveland when LeBron was there. He will be willing to do it. And the other thing is that.
But one thing I will say, which is underrated, it's a hot take, but it's very underrated stat. Kyrie is more efficient at playmaking than Luka is.
Yeah, he is. Luka is. How do I put? Luka is what you would call in the NBA a gunslinger, where he just throws out everything. He will do anything he thinks he can do. He will try to do.
He literally does it.
He does.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And he's so good that it's almost to the point where sometimes he just tries things
and it works.
And they work, and then sometimes he does it too much and it gets him in trouble. That's the only real knock.
He's literally
the Mavs
steroids version of James Harden.
He is. The Mavs desperate, and that's always been my comp with Luka with the Mavs. He's the Rockets James Harden. His style of play makes it hard for other stars to want to play with him.
But Kyrie looks very pleased to play with him.
Kyrie seems to be pleased. If it is a rental, he gets to go into free agency next year and choose his own team. I would assume Clippers.
You just said that.
Where is he going?
38. He's 38 years old. We want to see another reunion.
You think he's going to the Lakers, LeBron?
Hell yeah, he's going to go to LeBron.
Can they even make that work, money-wise?
I'm pretty sure Russell Westbrook's a free agent after the season.
No, I know he. I guess they could probably figure out a way to do it if they all really wanted to. They could do a sign and trade thing. They could make it work.
Because honestly, Russell Westbrook is out of there. There's a few heads on all that team.
I could see it if that's the case. Then
Russell Westbrook is a free agent ahead of the season, and Russell Westbrook, I'm not gonna lie to you. Said the last show, he said he's just there to have fun.
He just needs a new team. He needs a new team. He needs to get out of La La Land, and he needs to go somewhere else. Go back to OKC for your last couple of years. You'll have fun backing up.
You will not have fun over there. You gonna have fun with Josh Giddey? You gonna have fun with Josh?
You know what? Then go down to Charlotte and be LaMelo's backup. Because that was the thought process I think already. Didn't Jordan want him?
See these shoes on my feet, right? I support this man. I don't support his decisions though. Jordan, you gotta stay off the ganja, my friend. You want Russell Westbrook? The best thing you ever had as a backup point guard was Isaiah Thomas. Look where he's at now. Nowhere to be found.
I mean, if Russ would be willing to take a 6-man role, that would work.
I don't want him. I don't want him. Terry can take that. Okay? Don't want him.
All right. So, as far as for the Mavs goes, they desperately needed somebody to fill the role left by Jalen Brunson, which was they needed somebody who could generate a good amount of offense with the ball in their hands without Luka on the floor. Kyrie fills that need.
But Kyrie's going to obviously start.
Of course. But it will allow them to rest Luka a little bit more. He doesn't have to play with his foot slamming on the gas pedal every game in order to carry this team to the playoffs. He now has a running mate. Long term, yeah, it probably doesn't work out great, but they made it to the Western Conference Finals last year. Was it last year for the Western Conference? Yeah, to the Western Conference Finals with Jalen Brunson as Luka's best sidekick. So with Kyrie,
Luka was not playing.
He wasn't playing during the Jazz series, you're correct. And then he came back for the Suns series and just ended that game. But I think let's move outside of the trade. So Finney Smith, decent 3-and-D player, Dinwiddie in a first, which apparently the Nets might also be looking to flip to get something else.
Of course.
I don't know where you go with that, but
OG Anunoby.
I guess that helps. I mean,
I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. It's not that I don't. I don't know. I'm not the hugest Anunoby fan. I think he's a good player. I think he's overrated. I think he's a good player.
Don't get me wrong.
I just don't think OG Anunoby moves the needle for me, for the Nets.
I said the same thing about the bubble fraud.
And
he does what he does.
Although, let me ask you something. Now, with Kyrie out, does Ben move back to point guard when he's back?
I can't curse. No. He goes to the best spot in the world. You know what that is?
The bench.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes. 'Cause if we get OG and Obi before the trade deadline, right? Look at it this way. Hold on, let me holler at you. You got Spencer at the 1, right? Forget Patty Mills. You put my boy Cam Thomas at the 2. Then at the 3, you put OG and Anobi. And then at the 4, you put Slim Reaper. And at the 5, you put Nick Clapp.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, you lost me on that one.
Put Ben at the 1.
No.
It is
No.
inevitable.
Inevitable.
It is inevitable.
Spencer Tipley is a better ball handler, a
It
better
is
scorer. And
inevitable. It is
no.
the Nets' destiny.
What's your? Oh, you don't have a favorite basketball team.
I do not.
But one thing I will say,
It's great. I get to laugh at everybody.
How do you feel about LeBron? I know Kareem's hurting right now. He's definitely in his bed upset right now. How do you feel about the situation?
The scoring title, you mean?
Yes.
It is what it is.
It's not. It's more than that. Kareem has solidified greatness. LeBron has solidified years of fraudulence. You cannot go to the chip. Don't get me wrong. LeBron making it there 10 times is crazy. It's incredible.
It is.
But you having 4 rings out of those 10 times you went, I can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're the all-time leading playoff scorer and you only have 4 rings.
Can you even count the two of the Warriors series, though? With Kevin Durant?
No, I can't. 2017, yeah, I can count because, like, they all played, bro.
Okay.
They got crop dusted.
But 2018 with no Kyrie and the Durant Warriors, yeah, nah.
LeBron really put the team on his back.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't count that. I can't even withhold that. But
So
one thing I will say.
Yep.
I commend him for that. I do commend him for that. But another topic I do need to speak on is where is your playoff picture right now? Because I know the halfway season is coming up.
Yes. So.
No, without using your phone.
Without using my phone. What would you like me to say? You like me to pick my finals contenders?
No, not finals contenders. Pick up your playoff picture. Pick up your like not seeds, but like teams you would see, like 8 teams from each conference.
8 teams from each conference that I think will be in the
not
playoffs.
Including playing. So actually 1 through 7, without including playing, because 7. 8,
so 1 through 7. Okay.
8 and 9 is obviously playing.
Right. Okay, so East is Milwaukee.
That's a definite.
Philly. I think Miami probably. They're going to be there.
Is Kyle Lowry still on the team?
Yes.
Is he playing?
Kind of.
Okay. Anyways, proceed.
Oof. Wow, this makes the East pretty weak now. Boston. I guess. God dang, the Knicks might slip in.
I'm not mad at that.
They might slip in. The Hawks are completely mediocre. I'm not feeling the Hawks. Not Indiana, probably not. No. Toronto is still on the fringes, I think, but they might blow it up at the deadline.
Of course.
Wizards, no. The Nets will probably still make it in if Kevin Durant is healthy. I think they'll still make it in. But that's really my teams from the East. I don't really see anybody. Am I forgetting somebody?
No. Pistons is
Chicago, maybe. There's a lot of meh in the East.
Right now, yeah.
The West. Golden State obviously will be in the dance. They'll be in the dance. I don't know if they'll win the title, but they'll be around.
They're all healthy.
They're healthy. They'll be around. Memphis.
Yes.
Probably my favorite for the West right now.
You hear about John Morant?
Is he okay?
Shannon Sharp, Pacers game.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, Demetrius. Jamal Morant. I don't know what you're doing, my boy. But you are not a gangster. Shannon Sharp did say it right. You are my favorite player, but you are not like that. You make $200 million a year. You out here chatting about red eyes, red beams on a silencer. You're wowing. Like, no, don't do that. You have a lot going for yourself. Don't ruin it. Don't be Gilbert Arenas. He brought a gun into the arena. You saw what happened, right?
Yep. Do not be Gilbert
Don't be
Arenas.
Gilbert.
Do not be
Don't be
Gilbert.
Gilby.
Don't be Gilbert.
Don't be Gilby.
Let's see. So Memphis, Golden State,
The fraudulent Nuggets, yes.
the Nuggets. Yeah, I really like how Sacramento's been playing. They're gonna get bounced probably, but I like what they've been doing.
Team.
I like them. I can't not like that Sacramento's decent. It's too fun.
You'll forget about one team.
There are a few teams in here. So
Poster.
Oh.
That boy is something else. I think, in my opinion,
Yep.
I don't care who was on the list of most improved player. Laurie Marketing takes it.
Oh yeah. So Utah, you think still keeps it up and gets in? Do you think they fall apart after the deadline? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because they have that upper echelon right now where it's like there's not a lot that could stop them right now. At this point in time, like they're on top right now. Like not on top, but like for what we've seen. Every player on that team. There's not one. There's burgers on that team. There's burgers on paper, but they're not playing like burgers. They're playing like T-bone steaks right now.
Indeed. As for the rest of the West, I mean, Clippers, I guess, are a threat if they're healthy.
Lakers, I'll see y'all.
If they're healthy, I guess.
I'll see y'all next season. Okay?
Maybe. I like New Orleans. I like them. I don't know if I love them, but I like them.
You loved them last year, though.
I did love them last year, but then Zion got hurt. I need a healthy Zion come playoff time, so I can't make that decision on them right now. I need to see their health come playoff time. And Dallas, I believe in Luka, so there's that. I have no faith in most of the other teams, to be honest.
No. And I couldn't care less who comes out of the play-in.
No, because I think they're going to get slaughtered. So if you told me right now I had to pick my 6 teams that I think could win the title, because usually I think some in the NBA, usually with how it is, you could usually pick out the 5 or 6 teams that you think have a legitimate shot at the title. I think there's probably 6.
Give me a 7th that would make a run, like the deepest run.
Okay,
like a mid-tier team that will make
that I think could make a run. Okay,
good run.
So true title contenders: Milwaukee, Boston,
sadly,
Memphis, Golden State if they're healthy, Philadelphia. Kind of. I mean, I just don't see anybody else other than Boston and Milwaukee better than them in the East. It's kind of just how it is with me.
Philly lost to the Knicks.
That is true.
No.
They'll probably choke. So there's those 5. And then I would probably say I have to see I can't put Kyrie and Luka and Mavs on this list yet because I haven't seen them play together. My 6th would then probably be a healthy Clippers team. I think those.
Y'all heard that?
I believe that.
Y'all heard that?
Yes.
I'm not discrediting him, but that was a crazy statement.
Maybe, but I believe in a healthy Kawhi and PG if they're healthy. I believe in a healthy Kawhi.
Pandemic P is hit or miss.
So
literally,
you've got those 6. You got Clippers, Warriors, Memphis, Milwaukee, Philly, Boston. Mm-hmm. Those are the 6 true contending teams. As far as a sleeper team, my sleeper team would be the team that I told you I had questions about. It'd be New Orleans if they're healthy. I think they're a team that can go on a run if healthy.
You know who I think we're going to run?
Are you going to say Brooklyn?
I thought you just thought that as well.
It's oh boy. Oh boy.
Y'all ever heard of a partner named Laurie Marketing?
So Utah for you then.
Brooklyn.
I just don't. I think they'll get exposed come playoff time, sadly.
We don't know that, though.
We don't, but that's my gut feeling.
Your gut feeling is usually the wrong feeling. I'm not
going to lie. You've got, this is what happens to teams like this in the playoffs. This is why you only see certain types of teams succeed in the playoffs. This is why rookies don't tend to lead teams deep in the playoffs except on rare instances. They get them there, but it takes the right combination of youth and vets and coaching. And I don't think this is the year for Utah. In a couple years, I'll hear you. But right now, no. And I have no faith in the Nuggets.
When have you ever?
Never. I really don't. How about you? So if it's not the Clippers is the sixth contender, who would it be for you?
Sweet Jazz. I can't say the Mavs just yet. Mavs could definitely make that list within the next show or two.
I think so.
But I definitely have to give it to Utah. Good old Utah. Utah is definitely there for me. Definitely Utah. Because, hey, Utah has a young core. And I'm not going to lie, most of these teams that we have listed have a team full of veterans. And not all the vets can keep up with the new play style, especially the Jazz play style they're running with.
That's true.
They give me the Spurs vibes. Always passing on the rock, finding the open man. And then when that open man gets the ball, they're always scoring. They're always moving around the rock, and they're always playing very good, high, potent defense.
They play a style of basketball that should translate well to the playoffs. You are correct on that.
They play a very potent
You are correct
game.
on that.
They do. If you watch them play, they're always moving around the rock. They're always making sure if you look at that stat line, most now in the NBA, you'll see a player that's catching cardio having 20 minutes and like 2 or 3 points. Every person on that team at least has 10 plus points a night. But honestly, you know who my dark horse is? You're gonna laugh at me. I'm not being serious. I'm joking with y'all. Oh, Washington, the home and the brave. Take his fingers with the beard, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look at Bradley Beal, man. So inspirational, man. The fact that you took me serious on that statement is crazy.
I can't even respond to that statement. I can't respond to that statement.
Kyle Kuzma is the best player in the NBA right now.
I cannot respond to this blasphemy that is being spoken from your mouth.
You see what Kyle Kuzma is doing?
Do I care? It's Kyle Kuzma. Do I care?
He's doing nothing. Exactly my point.
Do I care? It is Kyle Kuzma. That man has been the definition of mid for almost his entire career.
The only time he showed up was on the bubble.
Yeah, that's about it.
It's like A Disney. But do you have any other topics you want to speak about? Because I am drawn out.
Well, I'm sure I could think of something if you'd like.
Take it away.
Well, I'd like to talk to you about this actually. How about a topic that we don't usually cover, but we've discussed once or twice? The super team going on in New York. The new super team. In the WNBA.
Oh!
The new super team. The team that might bring a championship back to New York might be the New York Liberty.
Sabrina Oniseko. Who else did they pick up?
Brianna Stewart, and last year's MVP, who I'm blanking on the name of right now. I'm so sorry. Give me one moment. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'm going to go to all the models and buy all the jerseys, bro. Lord have mercy.
Hold on.
And I don't care if Candace Parker just got traded. I don't care about that.
It's very funny. It seems like we're getting a new version of the Warriors Cavs era because
crazy.
Go ahead.
You know who convinced her to come here?
Who?
Brianna Stewart.
Who convinced Brianna?
Yes.
No idea.
It's in New York. He plays on the New York team.
Currently.
Yes. Trying to build the New York dynasty, so he claims.
In a different sport, I'm assuming.
No, same sport.
Julius Randle?
God, no.
Kevin Durant?
Yes.
There you go.
He said, I'm trying to build a new dynasty like how we have over here in Brooklyn. And right after that, Kyrie said, bye-bye!
But yeah, so why can I not find... This is driving me nuts. I know she was the center for the Connecticut Sun. And the fact that I cannot think of her name, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I cannot... I cannot think of the name.
2022. Is it Asia Crawford?
Think
No, Asia
so.
Wilson?
Asia Wilson, yes. I believe it is Asia Wilson.
No, it's not her.
No. Is it not?
No. Hold on.
We apologize, folks. This is very embarrassing.
Yeah, this is very embarrassing.
This is very embarrassing. It's also said that I cannot actually find like an article for it anywhere.
Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones.
Jonquel Jones, yes. Thank you.
2 seconds to find.
You know what? I don't want to hear it.
I literally typed the New York Liberty Tech News, and it says right under Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones in the WNBA blockbuster trade from the New York Post. How
Yes.
take you that long? Tisk. But anyways.
Jonquel Jones, yes.
Anyways.
So you now take one of the most electric players in that league in Sabrina. You add a veteran with championship pedigree like Brianna. And you add last year's MVP and Jonquel Jones. That's a great big three.
It is, but you know what I'm going to say, because she is literally the Steph Curry. Not shooting-wise, not playing-wise. Well, no, not shooting-wise, but like mentality-wise, you can never out Candace Parker.
You cannot. And has she swapped teams now too, I believe? Is she still in Chicago?
No, she left Chicago. She got her ring.
Did she send off to Vegas with the rest of them?
She might have.
However, that was also not the Liberty's only other addition. But she had Stewart and
yeah, Andrew. I'm not too positive about the New York Liberty right now.
There's also Vandersloot.
Yeah, I heard about Vandersloot, but I'm not too happy with what I just read.
What did you read?
She's on the Las Vegas Aces.
She is. Which has been the discussion right now is that the WNBA has entered the super team era.
Oh, it has.
Literally, I looked this up before the show, actually. And this is even more embarrassing that I couldn't remember Jonquel's name. 8 of the 10 all-league players for the WNBA are on 2 teams. 8 of 10. There are 2 players from last year's all-WNBA team that are not on the same teams. 8. 8 of the best 10 players in the league are on 2 teams.
You know what's crazy? I know why they're doing this. You know why.
Enlighten the viewers.
You know why. To attract more viewers.
I believe, you know what? It works for the NBA. The NBA ratings, as much as people say they don't like super teams, as much as NBA fans will moan about them and cry about them and say they don't like super teams, do you know when ratings peak the highest? Super teams. LeBron goes to South Beach. Ratings go through the roof. Jordan, the Bulls add Rodman. Ratings go through the roof.
KD goes to the Warriors through the roof.
Ratings go through the roof for the first year. Yeah.
That's any sport, though.
Any sport where a superstar talent.
The biggest super team of all time in the NFL, though. Randy Moss leaves the Vikings and
goes to the New England Patriots. Yes. Ratings went skyrocketing.
Insane.
Here's the other thing.
Wait. You know what gets better? You know when the Super Bowl that year? G-Man. Anyways, let me get back to the main topic.
Yes. So for a league that has always, you know what? And I think it's taking some healthy steps. For a league that needs to get more viewership, it's taking some healthy steps.
Yes.
Now here's something I'm interested in watching. Even if it's just the finals, if it's Vegas and New York, I'd be interested.
I'd go.
I might go. I really might go to a Liberty game this season. That might be something that I do.
I'd go.
This is potentially now a product worth watching.
Yes, it definitely is.
Now, can we please get them some charter flights?
They're not getting that.
Because
But before we get out of here, I know you're not too fond of this sport, Andrew. We're not fond of it. You just don't know much about it. I have to speak on the Brits. Yeah?
The Brits.
Yes. Let's talk about. I know you've heard about it because you know everything about sports. Manchester City, they're in some deep.
They are.
They're down bad right now.
Yeah.
20 years? Y'all been laundering money for 20 years? But wait, I just want to point something out because, like, soccer, you guys have to realize something. If you guys are not really that in tune to soccer, I've been in tune for soccer for so many years, but AVC is not. So I don't really speak on it. Let me rephrase that. AVC is not really into soccer like that, so we don't really speak about it on this show. But I've watched soccer for years. But these past few years, with everything's been going on with the World Cup, so have you know these young talent coming in, I've been regaining my love for soccer again. But I did not know that Manchester City has been sneaking in money, sneaking out money for the past 20-something years in the Premier League, Barclays Premier League of England, which is arguably the best league in soccer. Anybody knows that. They're about to ban them from their league. They're about to, like, get rid of them. And now, if you don't know, they might have one of the best generational talents in the Premier League right now. And they have signed them for a whole grand slew of money. And that man goes by the Viking himself, Erling Haaland. So, I mean, like, I don't know what they're going to do, what their plans are, but, like, if UEFA and Barclays is cracking down on this, I feel bad for La Liga because, like, y'all just got rid of Messi.
Yep.
And he was on Barcelona. Not only is Barcelona doing it, if you guys haven't known, Real Madrid's been doing it, Atletico's been doing it, and they've literally been passing around players like kids in a candy store, literally.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. Y'all, Andrew's probably heard about the soccer news. Like, he knows. So,
I keep track of some of the big stuff, yeah.
Like, for instance, y'all get rid of, first of all, tell me how you guys are able to get rid of Neymar first. Then you get rid of Messi, right? Boom. That's out the way. Then you guys go from Atletico with, you guys, if you guys don't realize by now, Atletico and Barcelona, Real all swindle their players around. So they got Antoine Griezmann sent to Barca, right? You know, Antoine Griezmann went to Barca, sent him back. They just send players all over the place. So it's like, what are you guys really doing with your money? It's like you guys are making enough money, but then yet somehow you guys are able to afford Robert Lewandowski, Jules Koundé, all these signings. You guys afforded all these signings. It makes no sense to me where you guys are getting this money from. You guys are supposedly bankrupt, but you guys are affording. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
The books don't lie.
Apparently not. Like, I get it. You guys win money off of chips, your sponsorships. I mean, Barcelona, when you think of sports, Messi played for you guys, so that's one of the teams you mostly think of. But, like, come on, bro.
Check your books.
Check your books, bro. Don't get caught. And Man City, bro, y'all been doo for years. I can't speak because my team is literally dog doo.
Who is your team for soccer?
Guess. You won't expect it either because it's a Premier League team. But you won't expect it either because I don't like this man.
I have no earthly idea now.
Yes, you do because he's related to one of my favorite sports, and I don't like this man. I don't like this man. I just hate that people just be like, "Oh my God, he's so great." No, he's not.
Who, Ronaldo?
No, he plays basketball.
Oh. Now I'm very confused.
How are you confused? He literally speaks about how he paid partnership with this team.
Oh, Bron.
Yes.
Oh, God, what does Boston Sports Group own? Why am I blanking on this?
Starts with an L.
Liverpool?
Yes. They are dog doo-doo. You signed Darwin Nunez, and he can't even open that goal? What place are they in right now?
Have they been cutting their budget too, Liverpool?
So here's the thing. So one thing I will say, they have been cutting their budget, but then again, they have a lot of big signings that they signed in the past. Like, you obviously remember when they signed Mo Salah.
Yeah.
That was a huge signing. They signed Virgil, huge signing. They're looking to shop Mo Salah right now.
Because the rumor is that Fenway Sports Group, which is the group that owns the Red Sox, Liverpool, and I believe now the Penguins.
Yeah.
So they own 3 professional sports teams. The rumor is that they are looking to, whenever it happens, to buy one of the NBA expansion teams.
But
So the rumor is that they are penny pinching with their teams now to save up.
They can't penny pinch with soccer though, because they did sign Cody Gapco for. They signed him. They didn't. So you know how there's loans and there's signings. They picked up another player from Everdesi for a lot of money, and that was a huge signing. But he's not doing that.
The reason I say that is because the Boston Red Sox have notoriously been slashing costs the last few years as well.
They're not going to do that.
They've been offloading money too.
They're not going to be doing that in soccer though, because soccer, you have to realize something. If you want the good players and the big names, because Liverpool
you need to
is
spend
dominant.
Money.
Liverpool is dominant.
Also, isn't there relegation in like EuroLeague soccer? Isn't it like you can't just like be bad and coast? Relegated. You're gonna get relegated.
They'll get relegated, and they'll send like so under the Premier League is EFL, which is League One. They'll swap teams. They'll give a team that's doing good there and put them up in the Premier League, and then put the Premier League team down. So there's a few teams that, like, for instance, like Leeds will go down from like EFL to, or what's the other team? They just moved up. I forgot. I'm drawing a blank. Besides the point, they'll relegate teams. So like, it's just a huge dumpster fire. Don't get me wrong. Props to Arsenal. Props to the Gunmans right now. They're doing their thing. They got a lot of signings. They've been looking rough for the past like 10 years, but that's besides the point. They're doing well right now. Man City, you're second, but like, I don't know what y'all gonna do. If I was Erling Haaland right now, I would leave. Even though you got signed for some good money, that money will not be looking pretty in a few years when they say, gotta go. So one thing I will say, Liverpool, I don't think Mo Salah has to go. I mean, I do, because like, you guys have won a Champions League. Have they won it? Yeah, they won a Champions League in 2019. Yeah. What do you say?
Did they win in 2019?
They won in 2019. Yeah. They did. But they lost last year. That hurt. I was at work. I was working at Nike. Went to the break room, and Vinny Jr. from Real Madrid scored. And they won 1-0. 1-0. That broke my heart. But do I think you guys need to get rid of Mo Salah? I mean, yeah, you can shop him around, but you also got to figure out what you guys are going to do to bring in to like add to the young core. Because like I like what I'm seeing in the young core aspect of Cody Gapco. I like what I see. Actually, I don't like what I see with Darwin Nunez. Let me not say that, because Darwin Nunez is just. But like Virgil van Dijk, you got Trent. You know what I'm saying? This guy's got to work things out over there in London, big money. That's all you got to do for that in that aspect. And then the Champions League as a whole, who do I take to take it all this year? Champions League does start on Valentine's Day. Will I be doing it on Valentine's Day? No, because I don't trust women. But that's besides the point. So I'll be watching, some nice Champions League soccer. And the first leg of qualifiers will be Real. No, I'm Real. I'm smoking crazy. Nah, it's PSG versus Bayern Munich, and I can't wait. So on that note, I got nothing else to talk about.
Do you want to add any last basketball points here? Because I'm assuming next week's episode, given what's happening Sunday, will probably be a mainly football-centered episode. Do you want to hit on any other basketball points before next week?
Die, Eagles, die. On that note, y'all have a fantastic evening. I'm out of here. I'm about to go get some grub. So I'll see you later.
Hungry.